Hello, ladies and gentlemen. In this tutorial, we're gonna talk about hard surface modeling. This is a request by a friend of mine to help him get better with his hard surface modeling details. So I will assume that you know all the basic tools, all the basic modeling tools in Maya. So in some points, I will be using shortcuts, and I hope you will not get lost. So we're gonna model a pretty complicated model. It's actually let me see where it is. Yeah, this is a drawing that I found in the internet. I'll I'll be following it till some point, and I may change some stuff if I because it's not really a blueprint type of drawing. It's more of a concept art. So we're gonna go as close as we can, but there are a lot of points that are not defined. So we'll be changing some stuff. I decided to delete these pieces here because I don't know, I don't like it that much. So I may put a tail or something in it, so we'll see as we go. So let's get started. First, let's create a project. Uh, and just to mention that I'm gonna be using Maya, the last version of Maya. So, but it shouldn't be a problem if you have a older version. If I use some tools that are specific to this version, I will I'll mention that. So yeah, let's begin. They changed the way you do projects, I believe, since 2012. So you go to a project window now. Before there was a project new. Now you have to go to the project window, and here you have the option for a new project. So I already have my name set up and directory. So I'm gonna click the new button, and let's call this robot dog, and the directory is fine. All the default folders are fine. So I'm gonna click accept, and when I click save, it's gonna jump right into the scene folder. I click Ctrl S there to go to the save. Do not browse to those crazy menus up there. So we're gonna say blocking 01 .01, and the way I do reference images, it's a little bit different than the classic method, and where you go image plane, import image, and you load that. I actually use geometry for my image planes. I don't know, it's easier for me to just manipulate if I need to move it or scale it or cut some pieces I don't need to see. So I'm gonna create a basic plane and set the divisions to uh, 1, yeah, and the width and the height will be the width and the height of the image. So first I'm gonna say right click, assign favorite material Lambert, and I'm gonna go to the color swatch and choose a file, and it's gonna jump into the source images folder of the project that I just created. And because we don't have images there, but I have one in my memory, so I'm gonna click paste. So this is the same image that I showed you before we start. I just cut some pieces off and increase the contrast in Photoshop to be easier for modeling. Actually, we're gonna need the size. You can see it right here, and we're gonna insert those numbers into the inputs here. So when you import those numbers, your plane will go crazy. But don't worry about that, because we scaled the plane to the size of the grid. Now we can just type a very low number and it's gonna shrink it down for us. And if you see that your picture is stretched, it's a very easy fix for that. You can just go to the modeling menu, polygons, and just go to the create UVs, planar mapping, and choose the axis you want to project, and in this case this is the Y. So I'm gonna click apply, and we're pretty much ready to start modeling. I'm using Control T, like in Photoshop when you pull up the transform menu. It's a similar manipulator here. I tend to use it very often. Not many people are using it, but I don't know, I found pretty useful. So it's kind of cool because you have all your rotate, move, and scale in one. So I don't know, I can just click and import numbers and just be fast. Okay, click Control S there for quick save. Right here I'm gonna click on the new layer button with my image plane geometry selected, and that's gonna create a new layer for me with the geometry inside. So I'm gonna click twice, which gonna go to a reference mode, so I can't really select my image plane anymore, which is good for modeling, not to move that accidentally. So as we name the scene, we're gonna start with the blocking. So we're gonna first make a blocking version of the entire armature, and we're gonna go piece by piece modeling the details of it. So let's begin by, let's say, making the body. I'm gonna create a cylinder. I'm gonna rotate it Z 90 degrees, and I'm gonna set subdivision caps to 0. I don't really need those. I'm gonna delete them anyway. Actually, I'm gonna do that now. Just pressing the delete key on the keyboard. Back into the front view. We're gonna delete the half of the cylinder because we just need half of it, and I'm gonna roughly scale it to fit the size. Okay, so I'm gonna select the edge and start extruding the parts. Extruding and scaling to get the basic shape. Okay. I found making a base mesh sort of type of thing, it's pretty useful when you start doing some stuff that like most of the times you're not gonna get perfect image planes, or like in this case we don't even have an image plane, so we're gonna have to do a bit of concepting, and it's good to have a proxy model of what you have, so you can see if the shapes that are in the drawing can work in 3D, because not every time what you see in 2D can be translated in 3D 100%. So sometimes you're gonna have to compromise some things. So I'm gonna use the slide edge tool. By shift and right click, you're gonna get this menu that I use very often. So it has all the modeling tools in it, like split, extrude, slide, bridge, fill hole, all the stuff that we use for modeling. So basically, this menu and this menu here on your shift right click, so I get a habit of using those a lot. So I guess you know where all the tools live in these menus. So if you see me using some tools and you don't know where to find it, just search either in the edit mesh or the mesh menu. It should be there. So I'm gonna use slide edge tool, which is here, to move the edge with the middle mouse click. I'm gonna slide the edge here because I'm gonna extrude the tail sort of thing. I don't know what it is. Okay, let's continue extruding the back here. As we can see, it's tapering down as it goes to its end. So we should follow that. Now I'm working on an orthographic view now, but very soon we're gonna have to jump into the perspective and adjust from the other views, because modeling from one view is the worst thing you can do while modeling. Things will never look right if you model from one view only. I feel like I need an edge here, so I'm gonna slide all these edges a little bit, and I'm gonna go insert edge loop tool and just insert one there, push it down. Okay, so this looks alright already, but we can do a bit more work to make it better. I'm gonna press the 3 key on the keyboard to go to the smooth mesh preview. It looks fine. I believe it should be wider in this area here, because it's it's chest type of thing. It should be wider. I don't know, at least I believe that. Might be wrong, but since I'm imagining this because I don't have the other views, so I'm gonna do it the way I feel it's right. Sue me if you want. Okay. Alright, so let's close this gap here we have. I'm gonna use the append to polygon tool to just click on the one side of the edge and then on the opposite edge, and it's gonna make a bridge face. And I'm gonna select one of these edges that make this closed hole, and I'm gonna say fill hole, which gonna fill it with geometry. So they've changed the way split polygon tool works in the last couple of versions of Maya. So I kind of like the old split polygon tool. So if you try to find where it lives, it's like shift right click and you go to split, and you have options to use the new interactive split tool or the good old split polygon tool, which I love to use. So I'm gonna choose that one. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to keep my model quads, 100% quad model. So um, because I want to make it symmetrical, I'm gonna go to my move tool, reset it, and go world, retain component spacing turned off, and when I press the X key and I move, all the points should snap to the center. So I'm gonna delete the half of it, and I'm gonna mirror it over. But first, let's adjust those spaces that we've just created. Okay. Alright, that looks okay. So I'm gonna say edit, duplicate special, and reset the settings. So I'm gonna go with instance, and looking at my axis here, I'm gonna go negative scale by Z -1, duplicate special. So what we did here is we did an instance copy of the side that we already had modeled. So when I change one of the side, the other will go with it. So that's pretty nice to to keep things simpler. All right. These pieces here looks like they're similar to this one here. So actually, let me first make this to extrude this part that we forgot. Okay. This tutorial probably gonna be like few videos. We won't be able to do everything in one because it's quite a lot to model, and since I'm explaining stuff, so it's gonna go a bit slow. And I'll be uploading the videos as I'm making them. So when we extruded there, it made a faces inside that we don't need, so I'm gonna select them and delete them. Um, like that. Nice clean geometry. Okay. So uh, because this piece that goes on the neck is very similar shape to the body, and to save myself trouble, actually not trouble but a bit of time matching the exact placement of the vertices on this polygon to be the same on this one, I'm gonna select these two and I'm gonna say combine, and I'm gonna select the middle words, and I'm gonna go shift right click, merge vertices, merge. So this is one piece. Actually it looks like it didn't merge all of them, so let me check that out. Yeah, we missed some, no big deal. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna select all of these faces, actually not all of those, but just the end, and we're gonna go duplicate face, which is also in this menu here. And what we did there is we did a copy of those faces that we had. So just let me put this to a layer so I can see where it is. Okay, push those back, adjust them according to the image, the concept drawing. Duplicate, move back, rotate, and shape again. Now hard surface modeling is more of thinking how to do stuff before you do it, because if you just start cutting edges, and at some point you're gonna see that, oh, this is not gonna work out, I don't have enough geometry to do some stuff. So try to plan your actions before you do them. It's a good habit, you know it's a good habit to have, because you're gonna save yourself a lot of trouble and a lot of remodeling. And or lastly, I find myself actually doing a lot of the hard surface stuff with the sculpting. Just do a basic sculpt, then especially if I try to concept things, if I don't have any particular um, design in mind, or if I just have like one image like now, I do a lot of ZBrush, Mudbox, type of thing. ZBrush actually is my sculpting program of choice. The new Dynamesh is really cool. It's almost like a voxel sculpting. You can just remesh and get a clean geometry again. Okay, enough with that. Let's continue here with the neck. Retopology can save you a lot of time sometimes. Even if you don't do sculpting, you can just do a basic volume of the shape that you need to do, and then oops, wrong shortcut there. Sorry. And then you can just model the details, by snapping polygons to the rough shape you have, and it's much faster than planning all your geometry, how you're gonna do the flow and stuff like that. So I'm gonna duplicate the last neck piece one more time and use that to start the head. I tend to reuse as much of the existing geometry as I can. Um, what's the point of doing all of the every single shape from scratch when you already have some? You can just duplicate faces or duplicate parts of that model, and to help you build the rest and save time. Well, that's very appreciated in production. If you can do a model like in 3 hours and 5 hours, your boss is gonna love you, and you're gonna save yourself a lot of headache and after work time. Insert edge loop tool, adjusting stuff. Um, oh, bad shortcut again. Sometimes, when using geometry as image plane, the backdrop of that is like if you go to the X-ray, your image plane will go on X-ray too, so that's not really wanted. So what I usually do is I change the opacity of the material till I get the shape that I want, and then just go back and push that slider to its original position, to the default, I should say. I'm gonna delete the history there because of those accident shortcuts that I pressed. So the head looks like, to me, like it should be wider at the neck area and taper as it goes to the nose. This is almost like a shark dog type of thing, so it's some hard surface hybrid stuff. Um, we can tweak this row by row, or we can just go to the animation section and throw a lattice on it. And I'm gonna turn on this is the shortcut for wireframe unshaded, so it's a cool little shortcut. You don't have to hunt all the names through the menus there. So if you go to the outliner, you can see that our lattice is not positioned, the way we want. So first, I'm gonna drop this to. I'm gonna type 0, but it's gonna go to the default of 2, and I'm gonna select the base and the lattice. So doing that, I can rotate the lattice without affecting the object. So that's a cool little tip for you. So I'm gonna scale it as well to get my object inside there. So after I'm done, I'm just gonna select the lattice and scale. Actually, let me drop. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted one more. Yeah. Yeah. Let's try 5 here, just to get a smooth transition, not to have a hard break. 6, not big difference there. Anyway, we can tweak the polygons itself. I sort of like that. So I'm gonna go to the material attributes and lower the transparency again. Okay, so it looks like the jaw goes underneath this. So this piece here looks like it's yeah, it looks like it's a different type of material. So I'm gonna try to match that. I'm gonna need more geometry to be able to pull this off. Okay, split polygon tool again, and just gonna cut this. Let me see. I'm gonna cut it like this, making a triangle there, but I'm gonna fix that real quick. Okay, like we did with the body, I'm gonna delete half of the model and go duplicate special. So we're gonna model only one side of it. I'm gonna try with the insert edge loop tool, but it looks like it's not gonna work there. So delete this and reconnect. Oops. Reconnect here. And end it right there and delete edge. So we have a loop that goes around that. So if we go back, we should have that nice crease. I'm gonna insert one more edge there and just push that back. You know, as I said, this is a blocking, so not gonna spend too much time on this, like hardening these edges, because we're gonna go back and do each piece separately. This is just for a volume. To start the jaw here, I'm gonna go create polygon tool again using my shortcut menu, and I'm gonna create a quad face there, and looking at it from, like, there it is. I'm gonna center pivot, face transformation, and delete history first, and I'm gonna move it to the side there. Check in perspective. Okay. I'm gonna do extrusion to create the shape. So I'm gonna extrude the edges. Okay. Uh, let's go to the top view, see how we're going. Okay, this actually I'm gonna snap this to the center, and I'm gonna insert more edges. Oops. Yeah. Just following the design there, and also making the curve another edge loop, edge cut. Okay. Um, we should make this part here and this part here similar shapes, so it can close the mouth. So we're probably gonna have to extrude this one as well to get this type of shape. Okay. I'm gonna snap the the manipulator to the edge and do a duplicate special of this one. And I'm gonna round this off. Okay, that looks fine. So because we don't have the the underneath there, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of design thing to we can do it whatever we like. So I think I'm gonna just, for now, I'm just gonna extrude this edge once. And I'm just gonna snap those center vertices there and just push it back, because we don't see the underneath going out, so it's probably either flat or it has some design, which we'll decide later in the detail stage. For now, actually, I'm gonna extrude, press W and snap there to the center, and just, oh, bad choice, my bad. I'm gonna extrude this one, snap it there, so we can just do a pent. Yeah, it's gonna work. So we just have to merge some of these vertices that we have connected. There we go. Okay, so there's a bit of curve there, so we need more geo to do that. Not the interactive split, the insert edge loop tool. I'm gonna try normal average to see if it's gonna work for me there. It, yeah, it sort of works. Back to world. Okay. It starts to take its shape. I'm gonna select this edge and I'm gonna press bevel. In the options, I'm gonna set 0.2 maybe. Yeah, it's gonna give a sharper edge there. Okay. Let's add all these pieces we've just done with in the new layer. That's the back ones, so we can see where we are. Okay. Let's do this bottom part here. So I'm not gonna be able to select this because I set them to a reference mode. Like we started this top piece, I'm gonna create a cylinder there, but I believe 20 is too much. I'm gonna say maybe 16. Let's see there. Yeah, 16 is gonna do. Well, again, no caps. Delete those large faces. Rotate the cylinder -90 or 90, same thing, and just position it there. Now I'm gonna first match the scale of the top piece there. So I know that in some point I'm gonna have to do some thickness to these metal parts. No, we can't like leave them thin like paper. So we're probably gonna have to create this a bit smaller to give freedom later, to play with the size of the thickness there and design something. Let's see. I'm gonna insert. Actually, I'm gonna insert edge, but I want to be right in the middle, so I'm gonna say use multiple edges, but I'm gonna say only one. So no matter where I click there, it's gonna place it right in the center. Okay, so like that, and from the top view, adjust it according to the shape of the piece above. And take all of this and like scale it down, try to match the concept art as much as we can. Extrude and move back. Extrude again, move back. Okay, same with the back. Extrude, move. Okay, so we need to do some scaling and adjusting from the other views. Select that and move it. Okay. I'm gonna soften my normals here. I'm not gonna do these details now because I'm not really sure how this bottom piece uh, fits at the back. So it looks like it's wide here because this is going inside, but since this we made this like to taper as it goes back, we should think of that and try to see how we're gonna do this. So let's try. I'm gonna take this and add it to the layer and hide the layer temporarily. So again, I'm gonna say create polygon tool, and I'm gonna make one face there. So it's gonna throw it in the center. I'm gonna move it to the side. Rotate it, and I'm gonna start extruding. Okay, extrude this back, and tweak the points. Um, Before I go and extrude the rest, I'm gonna show the model, and uh, this looks sort of like a rib cage. So at least I imagine it like it goes around this one and ends to the side. So I'm gonna extrude and move that in, and I'm gonna take all of these and move them to the side like this and try to fit this one inside. Okay, adjusting the shape, make it round. Okay, so I'm gonna continue extruding and shaping. Alright, now this piece is a bit complicated at the end. It has one shape when you look at it from the side, but if you imagine that in 3D, it sort of looks strange to me. So I'm gonna have to come up with something. Okay. Actually, I have to extrude only this one. And push it back. I'm gonna take this and move it over. So it's gonna go back and to a hard edge there. It looks like it's doing that. Okay. So adjust it according to the design. I'm gonna insert an edge right there to be able to do that curve that we see. Okay. Um, I'm gonna take the pivot and snap it to the center and do duplicate special. Well, we need to freeze the transformation first, and I'm gonna delete the history as well, and then do the duplicate special. Okay. So I think we should make this end like this. It makes more sense to me, to end it like that. I don't know if the guy who drew this imagine it this way, but this is I'm doing this to show hard surface modeling. I'm not doing some crazy design stuff, so I'm not really concerned with that too much. I do want to look good at the end, but it's for me it's more important to show the techniques and the way I you know how I do things, how I think when I have certain challenge to do. Okay, so I'm gonna select these edges, extrude them, and press X and snap them to the center. Okay, that was my design choice there. Good or bad, we'll see later as we progress. Um, let's add these new pieces to the layer. Okay, and continue with the legs there. So this piece here looks like it's a shaped cylinder. So I'm gonna start with the cylinder again. A lot of cylinders in this one. I'm gonna say 12. Probably it's gonna work with this. Again, no caps. I hate caps. This time we're not gonna delete because it's a rounded shape. So we're gonna go with the extrusion method again. I use that method a lot. It's fast, it's simple, Oops, I did a accidental keyframe there. I have a shortcut there for splitting edges in half. So, no, I told you I'm gonna use shortcuts a lot. So make sure you know all the tools before you try following it. Extrude, move down. It's almost repetitive stuff again and again and again. Okay, so here we can see that we need to lower the transparency of the material because we have we don't have a straight ending there, and we need to move the polygons to shape it a bit more to the design. Come on, there we go. Let's see how we look in perspective view. Not that bad. Okay, let's close this off. Extrude. Move back. And I'm gonna say fill hole again. Split polygon tool. I'm just gonna cut this off. Let me remove the transparency to see better. Okay. Alright, that looks fine. Yep, we need to move it to the side. I think this volume from the inside, the leg, it should be either flat or maybe even concave, because it looks too bulky for me. Maybe we can squash the entire leg, but I'm not really sure with that. It's a decision we have to make because we don't have a design from the other views. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a flat part on the inside. It's gonna be a cool opportunity to to see how to make flat parts on rounded surfaces, how to integrate that better and don't have a pinching and stuff like that. So I'm gonna rotate this back, just to have this natural motion. It feels better to me like that. Again, I'm gonna center the pivot to the. I'm gonna snap the pivot to the center. What are you doing? X. It's not there. And duplicate special. I need to freeze the transformation first. Delete that. Freeze transformation, delete the history, and duplicate special. Okay, we're looking fine there. Um, I believe we can use the same piece for the front leg as well. We're gonna have to do some shaping, but it's gonna save us a lot of time remodeling everything from scratch. So let me see what I just did there. Okay, okay, I forgot to add that earlier. No problem. Rotate it the other way, scale it down, adjust the transparency of the material, and shape. This one is a bit more wide and it tapers a lot quicker as it goes to the top. So it's an easy fix for us. Actually, I'm gonna delete this one here because I really don't need that geometry there. Try to model with the enough geometry, but um, the more you have, the more points you're gonna have to tweak, and your life is gonna be harder. So try to do stuff simply. If you can do it with less geometry, do it. If you feel that you need to add more geo to pull the details off, then add it. But as I said, it's a decision you have to make as you go. Let's see. Well, what just happened there? Where is the tools? Damn. Never mind. Okay, we're looking fine. Uh, Again, duplicate special. Where there you go. Our beast starts to take its shape. It's a blocking, but it starts to look like it. So let's continue. Actually, I'm gonna end this part here, and in the next chapter we're gonna finish off the blocking and start modeling the detail head. Uh, yeah, I don't want the videos to be too long, so